This time we will not forget to record. Apologies that I did forget last time. It happens once in a while, like once every 3 years, and here we are. Um, appreciate your flexibility and grace in that. Let's get started. So, morning, Texas. It is. Oh man, are we in the 41st, 42nd week of the year? I lost count. I was in Colorado this weekend. Just got back last night, and I actually am unsure what week it is. I usually tell you, but you don't have a lot of time left in the year. I can tell you that. So all good. Let's get started with some gratitude shout outs. Who do you want to shout out this morning on your team, maybe on another team, maybe someone within place that's been instrumental in your success in the last week or so, or any gratitude that you have to share for those around you? Jaime, I will start with you. Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much. Welcome back. And I would like to give a shout out to Kevin over there in College Station. His first listing went active this week, and I'm just so proud. He's daily grind. He is grinding it out every single week. Following the model, and it's just showing. His results are showing every single week. Second shout out is to my Houston Astros. It looks like we're going to have a Texas shootout on the ALCS. So I look forward to some friendly chats between our BKT Dallas and all of our Dallas peeps and our Houston team. So go Astros.
I love that. And where was Kevin's listing from? Congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah, I believe that one was from Open House. So it's funny how you mentioned that, because it's from an open house, but indirectly from an open house. It's from the activities leading up to the open house, right? So he does the 150 dials a day. He does the 100 door knocks. He does the open house, and then everything just starts steamrolling from there. So it's a result of planning an open house, and yet it's the activities leading up.
Very cool, very cool. I love that. And Kevin is special to us because he is by himself most days in College Station, right? He doesn't have, like most of us, we go into the office and we have 10 people, 20 people excited to see us, right? It's a little bit different when you're in a smaller market, right?
Well, and on top of that, he has been. People are starting to see what he does every day, which is, the kind of prospecting that the model that we follow is in common, especially over there in College Station. And people are starting to notice that. So people are starting to ask him different things. And he actually hosted a call night in College Station for some of the agents. And it won't be long. Let's just put it that way.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Good to hear. Elizabeth, good morning. Your hair looks great.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to give a shout out and gratitude for Alicia. I don't know if she's on today. I'm on my phone today. Yesterday we had our first level up call, which went super great. So I wanted to thank everyone that hopped on there, and then for having her just hop in and help. And we had a bunch of other leaders raise their hand yesterday too to help with the group. So just super thankful for that.
Oh, I love that. Okay, great segue, because I love that you guys did it's next level. Is that what it's called, Elizabeth?
It's level up.
Level up, next level up. Okay, I love it. Level up is even better, shorter words. Okay, awesome. So level up. Do you guys have another meeting planned, or was this kind of a one-time thing?
Nope, we're going to be a full space soon. We should have enough people. I just have to go through the formalities of what the process entails. But the next meeting is going to be November 16th, which is a Thursday, I want to say, at 2 p.m.
Okay.
We have it was a great call. So if you guys are within, like, unit wise, within 24 to 99 units and want to learn to level up literally in the opportunity model, we had a bunch of people join that were actually operators wanting to learn how the opportunity model works, because they don't have anybody on their team yet that has gone through it. So that was an interesting revelation of the call. So we'll be doing different, we're not sure yet what the whole thing's going to look like, but it's going to be kind of mixture, seems like, of just going through the opportunity model and then learning how other people have been successful. So lots of fun stuff to happen.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Okay, so level up space. You guys are in the process of creating that space and going through that with place. All the the things that need to happen in order to have a structured environment for it. I love that. Any other spaces that you guys are part of or lead that you have announcements for?
I was like, I'll go again because I'm also on fire because I can't help myself with doing too much stuff. Which is the Future Innovators of Real Estate. Our next meeting, it's on the place calendar. I can't remember the exact date, but it's with Orlando Ramirez. If you guys don't know him, he's head of strategic partnerships for Place. I met him at Mega Camp and I didn't know who he was. And we talked about Taylor Swift for like an hour before I realized that, oh, I'm talking to like the head of strategic partnership for all of Place. So now we're besties. But he's also awesome and has lots of cool stuff planned. So I figured it'd be great to just do an interview with him so everyone can kind of get to know our leadership more. So that's going to be next month.
Okay, very exciting. I love that. I also saw that there's two new spaces I want to introduce you guys to that are now like super like they're done going through the process and they are live. Let's go say it's like a listing. You just took the listing live. So Black Real Estate Leaders space is live. I just popped it into the chat for you guys. And Place en Espanol is also alive. I'm popping that into the chat. So if you are passionate about either of these two spaces, the link is in our chat box. Also, Jen Velarde, I don't know a lot about Place of Kindness. Can you share a little bit real quick on that?
Yeah, Tamara Moore started this space. Sarissa nominated me to represent possibly, and so I said yes. And it's mainly just entrepreneurship, or not philanthropy inside our individual teams, and how are we demonstrating kindness in our community that also will help grow our sphere. But it's also, there's some of us on teams that just want to be hospitable towards different organizations locally. And then we can bring it to Place also to be a part of, to help either raise money or donate towards certain outreach programs, fundraisers, stuff like that.
Perfect. Thanks for reminding me of that space. I'm going to link all of the current spaces that we have in our chat. Here's the spaces. So in case you're excited about any of these, it's a great way to build community, right? Like, we are a big company. The value of having a big company is that you get to be part of smaller groups that are part of maybe something you're passionate about. So you don't get lost in the mix. The only way you get lost in the mix is if you allow yourself to get lost in the mix. There's so much happening. Two more quick announcements and then we'll jump right in. This Friday, there is a Power Up with Debbie DeGroat and Bob Stewart. I wanted to link that for you. So in case you like either of these guys, Bob or Debbie, they're both incredible. They are linked for you. And then if you are someone who is on a leadership journey, perhaps with your team, and you'd like to grow in your leadership, we have a leadership development call twice a month. I'm going to link that for you as well in the chat. So there's a lot going on. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I want you to be excited about what's happening. This is a big place. There's big things happening and you are part of it. So speaking of big things happening, I have my friend Melia today on, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make her a co-host so that she can share whatever she would like to today. And I'm going to go ahead and also spotlight you so that everybody can find you on their screen. If you're not sure how to remove somebody from spotlight, you guys can go into your view section and you can take it down to whatever you guys want to take it down to if you want to see everybody. But she is coming right back over here. There's my girl. For those of you who don't know Melia, Melia is not only like one of the most put together people I know, She's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you look like this all the time. Every time I've seen, but Melia is in Lexington, Kentucky. Yes.
Yes, I'm in Lexington, and I have Caitlin Pendergraph, our director of ops, on here too. So,
Oh, amazing, amazing. So, Lexington, Kentucky, and you basically like cover most of the state, or know somebody who covers the state. So if you think of
yeah,
Kentucky,
us and Scott Pinella.
yes. So you have been involved in your community in everything that you've been doing for the last 20 plus years, background CPA, just so much. So I just wanted Melia to share her story, where she is in her business, anything she wants to share on mindset. I'm so excited for this. I'm going to mute myself and just take notes, Melia.
Thank you. Anytime that you invite me to help and be a part of your world is such a great blessing in my world. I just really follow you and what you've built and the energy that you've created for your team. So thank you so much for inviting us. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. I've been here for 24 years. I'm actually a former Jersey girl. So you can take Jersey out of the state, but you can't take her out of your heart. Born and raised there, married a Kentucky boy, and got here by marriage. We have two amazing boys, and I have a bonus son that lives in Charleston. I have a son that's a senior at University of Kentucky, and one that just graduated in May and is doing a master's and plays D1 baseball. So couldn't be prouder of them. They make my world shine and make me want to be a better person every single day. And match up to them. So I got into real estate kind of as my last stop. I had been in corporate America, a CPA, got into corporate America, ran 14 facilities across the nation. And when my first son was born, choices had to be made because I couldn't travel Sunday to Friday anymore. I couldn't work 100-hour weeks anymore, and had to make family the priority. So I took a small gift company that I did on the side and brought it full time. And from there, it just escalated. I taught about relationship marketing across the nation. I taught at different gift marts, and that escalated to me selling it to work on family business. We had a development in Vegas that crashed and burned in 2008 because of a bad partnership. Led into direct sales. And finally, my last stop was real estate. I wanted to be paid what I was worth. I wanted to be my own boss. And I literally hit rock bottom. So I know there's people out there that have a story, and we all have that story, and we have to share our stories because you never know the person that you're going to empower or affect. And by not sharing and not giving, you can't receive. But somebody needs to hear your story, or someone needs to be asked to share their story, especially in place. We get around the most amazing humans I've ever been around that motivate me every day to want to grow something bigger and better. But people around us that aren't in place just see our shiny objects of where we've gotten, and they forget to ask, how did you get here? They just see you're so lucky. And that really messes with our mindset, right? We hang around amazing people that push us to be our best. And yet there's people around us that only see us at our best and never know that behind the scenes, we struggle with all the same things. It's just a different chapter, or it's just a different version. My heart is no different than anybody else's heart, and I'll never take that away from somebody. So when Adelina was talking about what to do, it was mindset, because that's where I am in my journey right now, is changing my mindset, because it all starts with us, doesn't it? If we don't have the right mindset, if we're not waking up every day, believing in ourselves, having the positive thoughts, not sinking into the negativity, not, looking for the shiny objects when we're in the middle of a hard transaction, or getting wrapped up in somebody else's emotions, or looking at our business and wishing it was somewhere else, or looking at, our family and wishing we could do more for them. We get locked into that, and then we forget all the potential that we have. So I thought, coming into fourth quarter, what a perfect opportunity to just kind of set back and be a little transparent and talk about where we are in this journey, so that we can rock the last 3 months of this year out. And we can also start 2024 with the best version of ourselves and really reach for those dreams that we're reaching to go for. Can I keep going? Okay. So let's see how. Oh, let's go back here. So we're just going to talk about mindset and why is it important. I forgot to update some of that, so we'll check that and redo that for you. We started this M3 series because back in Lexington, I saw a lot of the productivity, and I encourage everyone to think about this. I saw a lot of the productivity where new agents were coming in, or agents that are stuck, that we call broken wings, stuck in their business. And we just said, get on the phone, do scripts, read the scripts, call your sphere. And they don't know what to say. So I would always get people at my door. Hey, Melia, can I pick your brain? Hey, Melia, can I ask you a question? Hey, Melia, can you tell me why you're so lucky? And I'm like, what's your real question? And they didn't know. They just wanted a platform to talk to somebody, to work through their locked mindset. So we created this thing called M3 in our office, mega minutes Mondays, where I would give an hour of my time, and whatever they wanted to talk about, that was their platform. So I wasn't interrupted day in and day out. And if they didn't have it, I had an agenda in the back of my mind that we talked about. So we created a little platform called M3. So start something, have a conversation. New agents, you offer so much value to those around you that you don't even realize, especially the mindset that we put you in with the playbooks that we have. You can help another agent that just started and really bring them forward. You may change the world. So why do we need it? Right? We always say that, your mind is a powerful tool on the basis of everything. We've listened to, our Friday calls last week. Chris was talking about confidence, and that's, some of the basis of our mindset. That's the basis of our success. That's the basis of how we carry ourselves. And he talked about the 9 things we needed to do to build confidence. And, our mindset's one of them. It's that clear vision. It's that burning desire to do what we want to do. And if you go in the dictionary, it talks about a way to think and a mental attitude. And if I'm really transparent, 6 weeks ago, or actually in July, I kind of looked at myself completely discouraged. I did that 75 hard challenge with everybody January 1st. It was freezing cold in Kentucky. I was living at a girlfriend's because our house was under renovation. I walked twice a day because that's really the best fit for me. 45 minutes, cold, sleet, rain. I got called crazy. I got told not to do it. I ate. I probably didn't sleep as well as I should have, but I lost 3 pounds, and I thought there was something wrong with me. I've gained 24 pounds over the course of what I've realized now is 5 years, not 1 year. And I hit rock bottom. And I realized that my thoughts and the way I was approaching the team and the way I was approaching things in my business and my reaction and how I let things affect me that I couldn't control really got down to the issues of feeling confident and the mindset about myself. So in June, I hired a trainer, and then I had the guts to fire him and hire a new one. And we started August 5th, and we've lost some inches, not some pounds, but the mindset. The first thing he said to me is, you walk around town confident. You're known as like the millionaire girl. We have the Kentucky coach now as one of our clients. And you walk around like you have all your shit together. And you walk in this gym, and I see someone that literally has to peel back her mind and get healthy there. And when he said that, it really made me think about everything I was looking at, not only personally, but professionally, about how our mindset affects all of that. How we reacted to a question, how I reacted to my husband, how I reacted to a bill, how I reacted to even Caitlin asking a question about how to do something. It affects our mindset. And if we don't get it right, we're not going to get anything right. So I want to play a little video if I can. Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized by unwanted hair. Time for a switch up. Get one free treatment at Milan Laser, the nation's largest laser hair removal company.
I thought I had this beat.
Consultation today at milanlaser.com.
Introducing custom t-shirts. Sticker Mill makes it easy to turn any design into a custom shirt.
You have to be hungry to manifest what is in your head. Just say, I can. Hey, come on, I can. I can. Come on, one time. Yep, I will. Yep, I must. All right.
Okay, here it comes. Sorry.
There was a light inside of every one of us, an ember that burns and begs us to become more than what we have ever been. This is the flicker of creativity, the spark of an idea, the outline of a desire.
You gotta make it happen. Can't nobody else do it for you. You're in charge of your it. Every day the clock is ticking. Every year the calendar moves. Your it cannot be delayed forever. Your it gotta start with your first step. Your it gotta start with your first move. Matter of fact, it begins in your mind. It is your dreams. It is your purpose. It is your future.
There are three types of people in this world. There are people who watch things happen. There are people who wonder what happened. And there are people who make things happen. You got to determine which person you are. You can make a wish or you can make it happen. You must first believe that you can, that you will, that you must, but you are no longer willing to tolerate being in the room of failure. Then that's when you're going to break free.
Are you gonna rise and go higher and go stronger than you ever did in your life? Or you're gonna look in the mirror and see that image and realize that you are more than an image in the mirror?
There's enough fire inside of you. After everything you have been through, you've got to be able to see your value.
Are you gonna realize that it's time for you to step up? Make it happen. Or you're gonna put aside all your doubts and fears. Or you're gonna be strong enough to go forward. Or you're gonna allow weakness to tell you that you don't have what it takes to make it happen. There is no one like you in all of the earth. There is no one that can do what you can do. You are the only option. You are the only plan. Nobody else is going to be able to do this. When you get that in your head that you are the only one that is going to be able to do this, that nobody's going to give you a handout, that you have to make this happen, that every room you walk into, you show up and you show out, and you leave it all on the table. You don't have time. It's time for you to rise up. It's time for you to make that first step. It's time for you to start grinding so that you can make it happen. You got to make it happen. At the end of the day, you got to be strong. At the end of the day, you got to push forward. You got to fight through. You got to make it happen.
There's a whole series of that video that keeps going on. But what I wanted to really start with is that whether we say we can or we can't, it starts with us. Our mind and what we're thinking is going to influence us, how we think, how we feel, how we behave in any situation. And whatever we believe, that's the right answer, but maybe it's not the right answer because what we think in our mind and how we approach things is going to affect us, whether we're going to achieve success or we're going to achieve failure. And really, it plays that pivotal role into what we want. So when we look at our mindset, we've really got to dig, and it gets raw. And the last 2 months for me has not been fun. I've had to really dig into who I am, what I want, what I'm willing to put up with, what I'm willing to work for. And don't we do that every day? It's so easy in real estate to look at the shiny objects and for everyone to look at us having a great closing day. Boy, do we not boast about that closing day online and social media about, oh, we had a closing. Oh, our client bought a house. Oh, our client sold a house. We did it in a couple of days. The market's hot. Do we share the challenges? Do we show people that what we're doing has a lot of grit, that what we're doing has a lot of heart? Because they're not easy days. This business is so simple, but it's not easy. And we get rejection, we get the energy sucked out of us, we get the emotions sucked out of us. We have to combat the emotions of our clients. What are we doing up here to make sure that when we show up, our mind is ready to take whatever it's giving? How are you viewing what you want? How do you view yourself? For me, every time I look in the mirror, I see a girl that's 24 pounds overweight, right? I don't hear I'm beautiful a lot around the house, right? So it just drives that negativity. I have surrounded myself by some people that have been negative, and I've had to make some strong choices about who do we want to surround ourselves with. And where do you view where you're going to be in this world, right? If you're on a team, what's your role in the team? Are you showing up every day to be the very best person on the team? Or are you showing up just to do your 24 units or your 12 units? Because if that's all you want to do, that's okay. But if you're showing up to do that, show up with 100%. Show up with the attitude and the mindset that I'm going to crush it on those 12 units. I'm going to crush it on the 24 units. I'm going to crush it to be rookie of the year. I'm going to crush it to bring home 100 GCI. Because what you think of yourself and how you view yourself in this world is what the world's going to see you as. And what do you want to be seen as? Because it becomes that vicious circle. What we think controls our thoughts. Our thoughts are going to control our actions. Our actions are going to control our results. And those results are going to control our thoughts and our thinking again. And you can't get out of the rat race. So it's got to start with us. So before you go into your budget season, right? Because it's coming up in the next week or two, what are you really struggling with? Is it professional? Is it personal? Is it your spouse? Is it your marriage? Is it something going on in your kid's life? Is it a family member that's sick or, riding you hard or very needy? Is it your partnership in your business? Is it your production that you don't want to be there? Is it the team? Is it a team environment? Is it team culture? Is it a team member? Are you struggling with making enough money? Do you have that debt that's building up? Is it your health, right? How you see yourself in the mirror, right? Are you high-fiving yourself like, Brennan told us to go and do that high five with Mel Robinson, right? Are you saying I'm great, I'm awesome, I'm outstanding? Are you fixing your head, your mind space, your emotional, your health? And do you need to reevaluate your friends? This is for you to start thinking about, because when you sit with Adelina or your operator and start digging into your budget, and we're going to ask you what your one why is, like, why are you showing up to work every day? Is it for 12 units, 24 units, or is it, if you do 24 units here, you're going to make $106,000 in my team. Are you ready to put in whatever it is? Is it the $106,000 or is it the 24 units? When a seller asks you, do you want a commission? How much is your commission? Are they worried about their top line or their bottom line? A buyer, are they worried about their payment or how much the house is going to cost? Dig into what that is, but it's got to start with you. And we all have stuff that we're struggling with. So let's write it down. And if you can't talk to somebody about it, journal it, get it out, release it. Because when you keep it in there, it just keeps harboring up. And that past and that negative thoughts, it gets all over our brain. Our brain is a mushroom. It's like a sponge. Anything you put into it, it soaks up. And you've got to release that somehow, because your feelings, your habits, the story you're telling yourself, is it the same story that someone's seen it? Because we're walking into the final year, and what we've done up until October 12th isn't going to determine what you're going to do to December 31st. And it doesn't have to determine what we're going to do in 2024. But you got to get your mind where it needs to be. If you're not where you want to be, was it the environment? Was it the market? Was it that you didn't show up every day? Is it that you didn't do your calls every day? Is it that you didn't go to the gym and think and get healthy in your mind? Is it that you forgot to pray or journal and get good with your faith or your spirituality? Is it that you forgot to hold hands with your husband or tell your kids you love them? Like, there's something here that's affecting you showing up at the office and reaching that dream. And it's not that the market's bad. It's that we're avoiding to face what's going on up here. So your mindset, it's not a belief or just an attitude. It's really comes down to your confidence. Are you confident in your ability? And do you have value in yourself? Are you worth it? Because that video just told us it all starts with us. What is our it? What is going to make you get out of bed, crazy excited to let your feet hit the floor? Real estate saved me. I mean, it saved my personal life, my professional life. It saved our financial world. It saved my social circles. That was 9.5 years ago. I look back, life-changing. But I believed in it, and I showed up every day and I said, this is it. This is my last stop. We don't want it to be the last stop for everybody else. Let's stop the process and say, let's dig deeper into who we are and what we want. Because you know what? Failure, it's okay. We can fail every day, but if you're going to let failure define your worth, your value, who you are, then it's always going to define where you go. But we teach failure is just making that growth opportunity. Failure is an opportunity to learn a lesson. Failure is an opportunity to get to the next step, to learn the lesson to get to the next step. Why isn't this moving? So there's two mindsets, fixed mindset and growth mindset. And it's going to be funny. I challenge you all to look around your team and the people in your world, your family, your kids. What mindset are you and what mindset are them? The fixed mindset is static. This is it. I put in the effort. This is the result I got. That's all I'm getting, right? There's no room for that improvement. But the growth mindset, which is the mindset that we practice here at Place, is that we're going to learn stuff. And when we fail, we're going to grow. And when we grow, we're going to learn. And when we learn, we're going to succeed. And our results are going to constantly show up because we constantly show up. It's the long game. We're going to do the hard work. And when you put in the hard work's going to show back up for us. Sorry, my landscaper's here. Because when you're in that fixed mindset, nothing grows. It stays stagnant. That growth mindset, it's always moving. It's always growing. See the red? It's hot in there. And you can go listen to Deborah Owens. She did a great TED Talk on this. Carol Duick, great TED Talk about fix and growth mindset. I'm not going to get into all that. It's up there on the YouTube. But what one do you want to be? Because it's a choice. If you're fixed, that's a choice. Yes. If it's growth, it's a mindset choice. So let's talk real quick about where it is. First, you got to figure out who you are and what you are, right? You got to recognize your own mindset. Are you growth? Are you fixed? There's a reason that Chris and Ben and Chris Stewart and Holly and Ellen and every growth leader and Brendan Bouchard and Jesse Itzler and Sarah Blakely, they all have talked about mindset this year. Have they not? They talk about it. They write about it. They coach about it. Hell, half of our place world walked about it for 12 hours this past weekend, right? To get into the right mindset. But you've got to get there. Where is it? Are you negative? I'm writing it out every day. I'm sitting, even if it's 2 sentences, guys, and it's negative, get it out. I spent an hour on the beach on Sunday while my girlfriends went shopping and literally spent an hour, wrote 14 pages of all the negative stuff that's been bottled down in my mind. We write down our to-do list every day. Like, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do. But do we ever unload all those thoughts that are just weighing us down? And they got back from the St. Armand Circle and they spent tons of money. And they said, what did you do? And I said, I just had the best lesson. I just reached millions of dollars releasing all that garbage in a notebook that I don't ever have to look at again, but it's out of here. And then when you're looking at that, look at your improvements. Like, what do I have to do? What are you outstanding about? You're unique. God did not make junk. He did not make an accident by creating you, by you being here. We're all here for a purpose. We all have a uniqueness, and we've got to stop comparing what our greatness is to somebody else, because just like our team and just like our clients, we need that diversity. If everybody was the same, it'd be so boring, wouldn't it? And then go celebrate the success of others. I watched a teammate like get a great closing, and I watched the other teammate say, how did you get that? Why you? Instead of, Way to go. High five. Amazing. What's the success stories out there that you want to be a part of or you want to recreate in your own world? We can't get there unless we learn the lessons that maybe somebody else had. Maybe we can avoid doing those mistakes by listening to the story. Get on a podcast, get on social media. Like you'll see when we do a closing, it's meet Adelina. I met her 14 years ago, and she's the most amazing human I've met. We started as friends, and then she came to me about real estate. Whatever it is, tell their story on social media, and I promise you people will follow and people will want to know what you're doing because it's about them. And you're showing that you want to make it about them and that your mind is always focused on the greater good. Embrace those challenges because, honey, they're not going away. God did not promise us easy, but he did promise it would be worth it. And anything that's worth it has some work in it. Is this job worth it? Is it important to you? When you hit that snooze button, is that 6 extra minutes worth it? Or is it worth it to get up and go to the gym so you feel better about yourself so you can do your job and you can bring that check home to pay for your kids' college or put food on the table or get out of debt? Either answer is right, but you got to know which one's the right answer because the only one it comes back to you is you. It's your it. So embrace the challenges that are going to come ahead because every challenge, I believe, is grooming you for the next step and the next part of your journey that's coming. All of us have bad stuff that's happened. We could spend a long time talking about mine, but you know what? It got me where I am today. And I'm happy to share. And one day I'm going to write my little book about can't make this shit up. Okay. That's my line. My book cover, can't have it. But I wouldn't be here if all that stuff didn't happen. And people can say boo-hoo and why you and why me. But every step, every challenge taught me something to be empathetic, to have the compassion, to have that positive feedback, to say, stop, you're going down the wrong road. Stop, we've already made this mistake. Embrace it. It's who you are, and then share it, right? Share it. Say, I did this. What did I do wrong? How do I make it better? You can ask Caitlin on the line. I always say, listen, do it my way until you know my way, and then tell me how we can make it better. We're always a work in progress, but if you don't tell me what I'm doing wrong, I can't do it right. And most people are going to say, oh, I didn't want to tell you, right? I was divorced at 24 years old in 1 year, and I had every college roommate tell me, oh, I should have told you. Yeah, you probably should have. Could have saved myself a lot of money and a lot of anguish, but I don't know if I would have listened at that age. Today I'd listen. So get that constructive feedback from people. People love you and care about you around you. Maybe they'll help release all of that bad stuff that you have in there to say, hey, if you just tweak this. And instead of taking that as someone picking on you or pointing out the negativity in you, take it as they're being constructive. They want you to do well. And harness the power of yet. How many times do we say, oh, I can't do that, or I haven't done that, or I need to do that? How about I haven't done that yet? I haven't made the $100,000 yet. I haven't gone to the gym yet. I haven't achieved this yet. That little 3-letter word, no buts, but yet. Because you know what? Timing's everything. And every step that we get to is bringing us closer to our it. And be a student of the game. This industry is fast moving, guys, right? It's fast moving. It's on a high pace. We're walking into budgets. What are the things that we have sacrificed or mistake the last 9 months that we have learned from that we can take it into 2024? What are the things that maybe we didn't do that we saw somebody else do and we learned from them that we can incorporate into our business, into our marriage, into our family, into our health? Take that and be a student. And failure, we're all going to make them. Every time you make a mistake, we're just one step closer to something great. if you don't learn from your mistakes, if you're afraid of making the mistake, if you're afraid of, oh, I'll just do the safe road. Oh, my goal for next year is I did 24 this year. I'm going to do 30 next year. Really? Or I did 12. I want to do 15. Like, push yourself. If it's not out there, if you're not telling the universe, you're never going to make it. Don't be afraid to end up short. But if you don't try, you're not going to get there. And remember to love yourself and be kind to yourself, because we are our biggest critic. We are harder on ourselves than anybody ever will be. If you think your mom or your dad or your grandmother or your sister or your brother was hard on you, it's probably not as hard as you are on yourself. If you think your leader's hard on you, it's probably no harder than you already were. They probably just said what you thought. So who's worse? The person that actually said it to you, or you thinking it and not accepting and acknowledging it? Embrace you. Be kind to you. Love you. Go in the mirror, just like Mel Robinson told us last week, and high-five yourself for the next 5 days saying, I am outstanding. I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. Because when I started with Dale Robinson 2 months ago, he said, write down what you love about yourself. Every day, one thing. What do you love about yourself? I got to day 4. I said, I'm out. I'm done. Physical stuff. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. And he said, there's so much about yourself that everybody loves. Let's go back. Let's peel back the onion. Let's find you again. Let's get rid of all that baggage and let's fall in love with yourself all over again. Go home, high-five the mirror, and tell yourself you're outstanding, because there's only one of you. And then look at your circle. Who needs to leave? Who do you need to kick out of that circle? And what room do you need to be in to get the right mindset? Every day we show up at place, we're showing up. Friday's calls, if you're not showing up, what are you missing? That call's not for Chris. The call's not for Adelina. It's not for me. It is for me. It is for all of us, but it's for you, because there's always a lesson in there about who we are internally so that we can be the best externally. And then write it down. 3 things. Budget's coming 2 weeks away, right, Adelina? Bring them to your budget meeting. What are 3 things you want to accomplish? Because you're going to have to write down your GPS, right? Your GPI. What's your one main goal? But honestly, what do you personally want to do for you? For you, is it health? Is it a new wardrobe? Is it going to the gym? Is it trying a new sport? Is it picking up a hobby? Is it reading? What do you want to do that you haven't done that you're too scared to say? And then what do you want to do professionally? And then what's one dream? One dream that you want to do? Put it down. Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to buy a new car? Do you want to take your kids on vacation? Do you want to rip up all those credit cards? Could encompass everybody, but something for you, something for your business, and then something to dream about, maybe with people around you. Bring that to your budget meeting. That's going to affect how you write things down. What's going to be your it? And ask yourself, are you showing up prepared? Do you really want it? Are you really all in? Because you know what? Coming to work is for you. Your goal, your dream, your mindset affects everybody around you, and you wear the brand of your team. There's no I, there's no me, there's no you. It's us, we, them. But if you're not showing up all in 100% to give whatever you have, if you only have 20%, give 100% of the 20% that day. We all have bad days. But you got to show up and you got to want to do it. If you don't want to do real estate, don't do it. I don't know who got you into it, but if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And if you want to do it part-time, do it part-time, but don't say you're part-time and never show up. Right? Because part-time is still full-time when you're in the part-time mode. And we have part-time people, and I'm like, your 4 hours, tell me what those 4 hours and show up 100%. But you got to be all in, because your mindset is going to affect everybody around you. And what do you want them to see you as? What is the world going to view you as in 2024? Because we're all unique and we're all amazing and we're all outstanding. So let's start showing everybody that. Remember, best investment to you. We all have 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's it. The only thing that you can be guaranteed is time is limited. And the only thing you have is today. We all think we got tomorrow. We all think we have 2024, but honestly, we're all chasing after something because we're not ready to look at today and take today on. And then celebrate the moments, because you know what? When we're gone, that's the only thing you can leave people is the memories from the moment you created. So what are you going to create? And what's that mind of yours going to let you create? Okay. My final thought. Don't ask for permission for something you want. Don't ask people, should you do it? Don't ask people if it's okay when you really have the passion and desire to do something. Just do it. And then tell them, because they're watching. But if you're going to ask people to validate what you should or shouldn't do, there's always going to be someone that's going to tell you no. So if you're asking, you're probably looking for that person to say no. Don't ask for permission. Go take it. This is your world. What's your it? Because I'm excited to see what we're going to do next year. This is going to be the best damn market we're walking into. And I'm so excited for everyone that's in real estate, because this is our market. Last 3 years haven't been. This is where we show our value. This is who we show them what we can do and what our worth is. So are you ready? Are you ready for what's ahead? Because it's up to you. Okay.
That, Melia, especially what you just said. We often chase things in the future because we're not ready to face what we need to do today. And how perfect is it that we get to like change that up right now? Like, we don't have to wait until 2024. January 1st isn't going to magically do anything for us, right? And so I love that you shared that with us. Like, I would screen shoot this, everyone that wants to stay in contact with Melia, because Melia, you are you're amazing on the East Coast. You're very well connected. If you think of anyone in the Kentucky area, Melia, if she doesn't cover it, someone she knows covers that area. I mean, you just can't do real estate for so long and be a community leader for so long and not be connected, right?
Yeah. It's all the power of one, right? Everybody knows 5 people that know 5 people that know 5 people. We've got Scott Pennell in Louisville. He's amazing. Jenny Matioki down in Richmond. She's amazing. And let's add more partners, guys, right? We don't want to do this all by ourselves. There's nothing fun. Success is lonely without people. Let's get more people with us.
I love that. I love that. Perfect. I thank you for sharing what you're coaching your team on and what you guys are talking about, because it all does start with mindset. I wrote down a bunch of notes and put them in our Slack channel. But one of the things that stood out to me that you said was give 100% of what you've got, right? Some days are like 100% days, and you're giving 100% of 100%. And some days, you just got off a flight, you've been sick, your baby's sick, you can hear him crying over there, right? Some days it's like, okay, I've got 70%, but man, it's going to be 100% of my 70%. And that is so, so true. All of us, like, there's nobody that's perfect. If you're perfect on this call, hit me up so we can put you to like be our next speaker, because I'm not it. But we're all doing our very best. But are we, right? So like, whatever our very best is that day, let's give that. Anything else, Melia, that you want to, any other parting words?
Listen, every day we're going to be faced with challenges. This business is the best business. It's the BMW plan. Buy me whatever, build me whatever, be whatever you want to be. But if you think it's going to be easy, it's not, right? And so start with that mindset that life is hard. We all have hard. My heart's no different than your hard. It's hard. But are you going to let hard define you and limit you? Or are you going to take the hard and put it to work to reap the rewards that you were meant to have? People are counting on you, but it's got to start here. And if you don't love here, spend some time here, some soul searching, taking a walk, like journaling, whatever it takes. Go to the gym, go to church, go to, pick up a Bible, whatever it's going to be. But someone can't change this inside. It's got to start with you.
Love
And
that.
if you take that time.
Love that. Thank you so much, Melia. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Texas, we will see you next week. And then tomorrow, the all partner call with Chris. He prepares 4 to 5 hours every single week for us. Case in point, it doesn't happen overnight and it doesn't happen easy. It is hard. I'm sure he's not like, oh my God, all I want to do on Thursday nights is prepare 4 hours for my Friday call, right? But people count on us, right? People count on him, people count on us. And then tomorrow also, if you are interested in Bob and Debbie DeGroat, they have an awesome power up. I linked it in the chat and I will send out an email as well. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. We'll see you later. Thank you guys so much. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you for the honor. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Melia.